From the Bronx, New York, comes MC and performing artist Terror Van Poo. Fresh off the release of his new album, Terror Van Putin, Terror Van Poo teams up with longtime collaborator and producer Vinny Idol for a hard-hitting 15-track project that includes legends such as Rusty Jux, Great God, Bernadette Price, Ras Kass, Tone Spliff, and more. With dope visuals for tracks such as Pull Up, Same Old Crew, Feel Good Over 50, Terror Van Poo's been terrorizing underground hip-hop with a relentless stream of visual work. With over 9 albums, Terror Van Poo has built an impressive catalog that includes The Fifth Degree, Terror Van Wick, Terror Van Purple, War on Terror, and more. He also appeared on DJ K-Slade's legendary Rolling 200 Deep, and he's continued to work with Bernadette Price on records such as Burden of Proof and Trust in God, produced by Stu Bangas. Tune in as we talk about his journey in music, the making of his new album, Terror Van Putin, and what he's got coming next on the Cristopolis Show number 295. From the Bronx, New York, comes MC and performing artist Terror Van Poo. He just released a new album entitled Terror Van Putin, produced by Vinny Idol. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about his new album, plus his extensive career. Let's bring him in. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace. What's up?
My brother, what an honor to have you on. What an incredible album you and Vinny Idol put together. I want to get this right here. There we
Yes,
go. There we go. That looks about right. Terror Van Putin.
that
You
part.
must be so incredibly proud of a true street banger.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the
Yeah,
music,
bro.
man. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a really dope album, very powerful. Every song is well put together, incredible lyrics, really dope production. Probably a good place to start with the album, given that it was completely produced by Vinny Idol, is
right.
to take us, into that relationship because you've been collaborating with him for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Um, Me and Vinny Idol, we friends, you know what I mean? So, that's 30 years already. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, the nucleus is right. You know what I mean? The vibe,
Yeah.
everything is good and definitely so. We so involved in the production and how it sound and really like on it. So everything is like it's not forced. So it feels like, you know what I mean? Just chilling out with me and him. So
Yeah. Vinny Idol's a legend in his own right. You know what I'm saying? How did you two connect?
um we both from the Bronx. We both from the same, you know what I'm saying? We from the same hood. So that was the easy one. I was he was starting off killing the D block, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Getting his name. And I was with Diamond D, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
On roll, so you know what I mean. But we was all in the same hood, and then it just matched up when we was ready. We was like, "Yo, come on, let's do this." I had an idea. He was like, "All right, let's go with it." So that was just a blessing because we always been rocking together. So that was it. That was the easy one. You know what I mean?
Did you know him before he connected with D Block?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So
So you saw like you guys were like, in hip hop, but then you saw his star rise and then
definitely.
you like elevated up with him and then you guys just started dropping albums together.
Yeah, he started, he was flooding, you know what I mean? Vinny was flooding with Styles P and the whole crew, you know what I mean? That's when he was on fire, so he was just gone. So we was just happy. I was happy for him, man. You know what I mean? I'd be jealous. I was happy because we all been in the music
Yeah,
from day
man.
one, being in the Bronx where it was from. So we was there, we seen it. We seen it. So it was just natural love for it, man. So it's
Yeah.
good to see one of us like get on. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? So that's how that happened.
That's really dope. And can you share with us a little bit about your connection with Diamond D?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's more Bronx, you know what I mean? More
The
Bronx.
legend.
Definitely, definitely. So we got up Diamond right after Stunts Blunts and Hip Hop because
Yeah.
the Psychotic Neurotics, you know, that was my boys. So you know what I mean? They actually introduced me to Diamond, Shaiz and KX, you know what I mean? So but then after that we just clicked. We just clicked. So he was always out with Diamond on the tours on out, on you know what I mean? So pardon me, I don't know what that was. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we clicked up after that. We was on the albums, we was out on tour all the time. So that was another, that was beforehand. That
This is
was right.
all like eras. These are like,
Yeah,
because this hip
yes,
hop thing goes deep now.
right, right. These are different eras, you know what I mean? That I've been rocking with. So I don't know, man. Just been blessed, man. I still love it to continue with it at a high level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. At what point, because your discography, when people delve into your new music, and you've been very busy and very prolific in the last several years, right? But the discography kind of appears, at least like on streaming services, more recently, right?
Right,
You're sharing so much history with us that
right,
there's stories there, right? But around 2020, the discography shows up online, the current discography. Um, Prior to that, is there work that you want people to know about? Did you always go by the same name? Were you a part of a group ever?
right. Well, I went before the Terror Van Poo, I went by K Terrible. So when I was with Diamond and all that, that was K Terrible coming up in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Um, I did. I used to be with my boy Adore, rest in peace, and then let it all hang out. So we used to rock together a lot. But so I mean, when we was from man, the Bronx, it was a lot of history, but everybody was like living right then and there. So before that, like I said, I was always like out tour doing stuff. You know what I'm saying, with somebody. So always had crazy songs, but I never really put out something. So that
Yeah.
was the difference from when I switched up to Terror Van Poo and Vinny Idol. I was like, all right, look. OG in it, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go New York and we're gonna put new sprinkles on it. We ain't gonna stay, you know what I mean? We're gonna be a little different with our sound
Yeah.
and our approach to it. So that's when he was like, all right, and started going crazy in 2020. So that's why I was like, I wanted to be like fresh new. You know what
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
saying? For that. But I do have a lot of history though. You know what I mean? I just try not to
Yeah.
get into it at times, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's all
because
good.
you're from an era, the eras that we're talking about is really kind of before the home studio. It's before
Right,
access to digital distribution. Like
right.
now you can put together an album that sounds as good as anything they would have done in the 90s and
Right.
release it yourself. And before it wasn't really like that. You had to have a lot of other pieces.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was no busy. It was straight analog. You messed up, you had to do that over.
Yo,
So
studio time was expensive.
very expensive. You didn't play around. That's when everybody was comfortable with the budgets until they found out they had to pay that shit back. But nah, yeah, but yeah, man, it was
Right, you
different
never
time.
recoup. You would never
Never
recoup.
recoup. Never, never. Not even to this day,
That's the
never.
design, my bro.
Oh yeah, it's designed like that. So it's a different way now. Same way, different wordplay with it, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you just gotta. So,
Yeah. On this new album, Terror Van Putin, you just released it about 2 months ago. It's available on your Bandcamp if people want to check it out. It's a phenomenal album, right? You bring in, in addition to yourself and Vinny Idol, there's some heavyweights, right? You tap Rusty Jux, Great God, Bernadette, Tone Spliffs on it. Talk to us about, the building of the album and the people you invited on.
right. Say like just the history of dealing with people and some new. Um, like Tone Spliff, he's been on most, a lot of my
He's so
albums.
talented, bro. He's like, an assassin with the turntables.
Definitely, like he's his own guy, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the special forces. You gotta go in to the left to
That's
get
Delta
some.
Force, right? When you need
That's
like a
it.
special operation, he comes in.
You gotta call a tone, you know what I mean? So me and Rusty, we've done things in the past, you know what I mean? Rusty Jook. So it was just, comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with people that's talented, you know what I'm saying? This time I got my guy Great God on there. And
Yo, his verse is killer.
yeah, he went crazy on that. He went crazy on that. So it's just different people's styles, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
are trying to incorporate on it. So and definitely Miss Elvis Price, Bernadette Price, you know, he
absolutely.
got yeah, man, her, we just go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Our chemistry is crazy with it
Yeah,
and that was something that they know about already. So she's gonna be on all the projects like that, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. So
Yeah.
talented too. Her presence on the mic, I think, took hip hop by surprise, and she
Oh
ain't let
yeah,
it. She like got it in a chokehold, and she ain't letting it go.
yeah. Quick choke.
Yeah,
Directly, quick choke. Choke. So that's like the
yeah,
secret. That's a secret weapon right there.
yeah. But the other person I wanted to ask you about, being that it's a West Coast connect, was Ras Kass. How did that
Oh
come
yeah.
about?
Oh yeah. Well, then Bernadette put out a song before You Will Get Touched. And Raz was supposed to be on that. And he had to go somewhere or something. So we did it, we killed it, we put it out. So when Raz come back and forth over here with Bernadette. So we was at an event and he was like, yo, I know last time I'm like, Bob, you got something, what's up? You know what I mean? So me and Bern was already cooking something. So I said, send him this Bern, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how that happened. But quick sidebar, you know, I was with Diamond when Ras Kass came to get Soul on Ice.
Oh,
Actually,
does
that
he
beat was
remember that? Does he
that
know that?
I told him. He remember when I was there because he pulled up because it was like a
Wow.
remix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and actually, I was supposed to have that beat if he didn't pick it. But I
Wow.
knew,
That's crazy.
but I knew damn well he was picking. Everybody was gonna pick that beat. So, but yeah, that was just a quick side note on that. You know what I'm saying? Ras Kass said,
Yeah, and
always
Razzcast
got
was for the major at that time.
right, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, everybody back then was, you know what I mean? But yeah. So I keep the same crew, man. My boy Lena Kane, he's always on my album and my guy Tons, you know what I mean? So same old crew, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel comfortable.
like the
Like
song
the
on the
song,
album
man.
and the music video, same old crew.
Same old crew, man. You know what I mean? So that's how that works. It makes
Yeah,
it easy, you know?
yeah. And that, that is like kind of like a good segue to the visuals for this album, right? You've been going ham on the visuals, right? Yeah, pull up, right? What a banger, right? Rusty, but
Right,
then you got same old crew. You got the over 50 joint, which I think is really dope because we're in this new era in hip hop,
right.
and it's important to talk about these things because they try to make hip hop too youth oriented, right? But
Definitely.
there's grace and age, and there's experience, and there's skill.
I mean, definitely. I mean, come on, bitch. You can't say nothing. Where you
Yeah.
think it came from? It came from us. So, you know what I mean? We're just going along with it hasn't been here long, man. So you can't tell us what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always
As a
gonna
matter of
adapt.
fact, a lot of the younger generation are losing certain skill sets like production, like complex lyrics, like the tradition, right? They're too much, it's almost becoming like a different branch of what hip
It
hop
is.
is with all the auto tune and the sloppy lyrics and
Yeah.
the kind of the druggy drunk lyrics that are like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
sloppy, right? It's like you gotta
It
have bars
ain't.
over here.
It's a different era with them, man. That's why they made so many genres. We didn't come up with all these genres in it. See what I'm saying? In the hip hop. So that's what it is. They on a different vibe and it's too easy. It's like a smartphone. You know what I'm saying? It made it too easy. They don't understand like it's taboo to rhyme over your vocals. They don't know it's taboo like not to dig. Everything is just there. Just put the sample is just there. It's not you know what I mean? You don't have to and they getting money, so they looking at it totally different. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But you can't worry about that. You know what I mean? Because you still got some youngins that's really with the culture because they
Yeah.
had uncles, they had the I'm bringing down. But yeah, it's different, man. They on a different wavelength, man. But yo, that's what they do. That's why they made genres. We keep it hip hop. Period. The culture. That's it.
That's so dope, man. You dropped so many gems right there. You're right. The it's not taboo to them to copy a style, to rhyme over the same sample, to be, not putting in the work in the song and putting, the respect of the craft.
Right. They don't do different. That's not us. It was like, yo, we gotta do something to sound different. To them, it's like we gotta sound something to sound like that and just do our thing to it. So that they don't understand it. When we talk about what we talk about, they're like, "What you talk about, OG?" And then they talk to us, and we like, "What? You can't do that." So you know what I mean? I tell everybody, leave it alone, man, and do you to the best ability because realness is realness, man. Skill level regardless, man. So it's what it
Yeah,
is, man. You can't get into that. But we know
for
what it
sure.
is. We know what it
Absolutely.
is.
Absolutely. I see everybody tapping in, putting terror, terror. Talk to us about, the names of the albums, man. It's so much fun to like go through your discography, right? We got the Terror Van Putin is the current one. There's also Terror Van Purple, Terror
Yeah.
Van Wick. A lot of plays with the name. Give us some background on that.
Yeah. I just wanted to you know, keep I just wanted to play always wordplay off my name with the albums, you know what I'm saying? The Pulitzer, you know what I'm saying? Like the Van Purple, the switches up, like you said, War on Terror, you know what I mean? And that's so many I don't even remember. So, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? But I always wanted to play off the name with the album. So, I have a little thing to it, just like my terror, you know what I'm saying? It's like certain things that you know that
Terror.
just coincide with the package, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's definitely with the wordplay instead of coming up with like crazy name. I just wanted to play up every album, man, with you know what I mean, with my name, Terror Van Poo, some type of Van or Poo or Terror, whatever those three. So that's how that
yeah.
came about.
And the name is so unique. I wonder, and I think people are probably curious. You shared with us like back in the Diamond D days, K
Mhm.
Terror, right? How did the name come together? Is there an origin story? Like, is there something further to like the Van
Um,
Poo Terror? Was it
um,
a breaking name? Was it a graffiti name?
right. No, it was actually my nickname was always Pooh, right? So Terror always been K Terror, Terror like Terror with the rhymes. So
Yeah,
the band, so when it was time to switch up, 2000, I was like, all right, this shit is sounding old school now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta switch up my shit if I'm gonna continue rocking. So I said, all right, Terror Van Poo. So the Van Poo, the van was like we know the famous van, so it was like the scripture. Terror was like I
oh,
was terrorizing, but not physically, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Verbally. So my nickname was Pooh, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I put that together. So
that's dope.
with the van, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. No, it's super original. It stands out.
yeah,
That's one of the things nowadays with handles and so much access to so many people
right,
worldwide. You want to
right.
have like something that's yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. That's all I was going for. It was just changing up everything. So I went, where everything wouldn't be dated, it'd be brand new, fresh. You know what I mean? So it was like, all
Yeah,
right, wow. There's a lot of people who know my old stuff. They didn't even know Terror Van Poo is me. You know what I mean? So but that's just what I wanted. You know what I mean? Since I was able to continue at this point. You know what I mean? At a level without sounding like dated. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So that was the whole thing. How you got to change up everything. You know what I mean? Come out fresh like you're a brand new artist. You know what I mean? And don't
yeah.
act like you've been doing this and all that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's all.
This is this chapter.
This chapter right here. That's it.
Yeah, this
That's it.
chamber.
That's it. You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah,
hear a lot of people. Yeah, I used to be like that. And they be like, "Oh, well, what you doing now?" You know what I mean? So that's why I started this chapter with. This is
nah,
what
that's
I'm
really
doing now.
yes, right. The Terror Van Putin, we talked about the multiple visuals. Um, there's some recent visuals that just came out with Bernadette Price and work that she's, on her project with Stu Bangers, and you're on those visuals too. Those are
Right.
dropping. It was funny. I got an email from Stu Bangers, I think today or last night. And I'm
Uh,
like, I'm interviewing you, so I'm preparing, but then you're in my inbox from a whole other project. I'm like, he's
yeah,
everywhere. I
Yes,
He's all
Stu's
over the place.
yeah, Stu's everywhere right now this year. He had a good run this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, and you too. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, I'm about to interview him, but he's coming from a whole other project over here.
right. See, got things come together.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful. You got such a great relationship with such a dope producer and Vinny Idol.
Right.
Um, but you've also been really busy over the last several years. Do you have anything coming, next in regards to like what you're working on now, what your plans are? Sometimes the way the artists work is that they like to work with one producer and, that album is them in collaboration with that producer. And meanwhile, they may have another project bubbling with another producer that,
Right.
maybe isn't completed, but it's coming next. I'm curious if there's anybody, if there's any projects coming up that you want to share with folks that is kind of coming, but not quite there yet.
Um, Man, we got a couple, a lot. I got a lot of features that's gonna drop. What's about to drop? Well, the one with me, Afro, uh, Bishop Lamar, and Words, and Wordsworth. It just came out, so the visual will be dropping in a few. Afro's about to drop,
Oh,
and
that's
then,
dope. That's a
and
single.
yeah, that's it. That's Afro's second single off Afro's album. He just dropped, so that's how he's about to drop the visuals of that. Also, Diamond D new album that's coming out in December or January. Man, Afro got a joint on that, and the
That's
visuals and the
crazy.
and the visuals is done already on that. And man, Bernadette Price working on the next. You know what I mean? So yeah, and we about to drop a whole bunch of singles until
Is that
that.
a collaboration album?
Yeah, I mean, you can, but me and her, we rock. You know what I mean? We rock like
Yeah,
that. So it's we don't even call it like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You'll know us together, and that's what it was. That's how like when we started doing it, we just picked up a little void that was in hip hop because there's no group like male and female.
That's really dope.
You know what I mean? So you don't even call it the collab or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just what it is. If
yeah.
I'm out, she on it, and shit, we on it, man. So that's what it is. So
Yeah, I always talk about that idea with people that language is clunky. We always want to label things and we always want to like understand it in our minds. We have to
right,
use these clunky words, but things are
right,
just an energy. They really are. They just are what they are. But we brand them, label them, categorize it to understand it. But the truth
right.
is, it's much more nimble than that, much more special than that. It just
Definitely.
is.
It is. I mean, it's just, like you say, man, it's not like work, man. You want it to be like you're on vacation, so everything click. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. It's good. Hey, it's, it's a blessing that you just to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Be older and just rock and get some good energy out. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I have fun.
yeah,
It ain't that serious, man.
that's good. One of the things that I really enjoyed about your music is, along with, the street talk and just, tough production and tough lyrics, there's a lot of knowledge and there's a lot of wisdom on taking care of your body, health, mental health. Some of the lyrics in there, like,
Hmm.
talk about focusing on the green because you don't drink, you know what I mean? And different
Right,
things like that. Can you share with us, this grown man rap, right? Where you're like, listen, like y'all could be out there partying until 3 in the morning, drinking everything, acting foolish. It's, at a certain point in time, you see how that ends up. Not everybody makes it to this chapter. You know what I'm saying? And to thrive, and to be as prolific as you are at this moment in time, you got to take care of yourself. Can you share with us some of your journey in life and how that's reflected in your songs?
oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's you never think you're gonna get older, you know what I mean? Until you just dead and shit, you know what I mean? So it's one thing that goes up and can't come down is your age, you know what I mean? So what you do is you try and feel good for your age. and just look good for your age. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take care of what's inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inside, outside. So I mean, like I never was no drinker. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'll smoke a little something here and there, no cigarettes or nothing like that. But and you know what I mean? I've been a trainer all my life anyway. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm a water guy, you know what I mean? Certain things, but things change, man. Your metabolism get changed. So you just want to feel good, you know what I'm saying? You just want to feel good. Like worrying about that other shit, it don't help, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna get older anyway, but you want to feel good, you know what I mean? So drinking and all that, if you can get away with it, but you gotta stop. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
all it is, man. Can't abuse. You can't abuse and take advantage of that body, bro. That shit will
Yeah.
break down on you quick.
It'll catch up on you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, and even if it doesn't, imagine what you could be like, had you had better habits. You know what I mean? Because everybody's
Right.
built different. So even if you
Right.
can withstand, a certain level of abuse, you could have done so much more with the clarity of mind, the time, the energy.
Definite. Definite. And I
Yeah.
mean definite. And after this COVID, everybody didn't have something. You know what I mean? so
Yeah.
so that's what it is, man. Take care of yourself. Don't take it for granted, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. We talked about Afro and he put together one of these monster songs with all these MCs on it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You were on that jam, but you were also on the legendary K-Slay. Talk to us about, these posse cuts and preparing for that.
Oh yeah. That was Right. I caught that like at the last minute. Not the last minute they called me do it. I was like, all right, well, when you want to do it? It was
How did
like,
they explain it to you, right? Because, like, how do you even, when people communicate a concept like that?
like my man, actually, shout out to my man King Flow because he hit me. He was like, yo, I want you to do the 200. They talk about. I was like, all right, all right, all right. Where you need it? You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, we got the end. We need it right away, and then I'm gonna need to shoot it right away. So I'm like, it just happened to be like I was off for like 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I just strung that up real quick, and we did that shit. But that's always it's always an honor. You know what I mean? Somebody like K Slade for the culture, man. So I was
yeah.
appreciative of that. You know what I'm saying? I was appreciative of that.
Did you know at the moment with the concept, like, yo, this is going to be big? Or was it just like, was it just a blessing?
It was just like, yo, a blessing. I appreciate it. Let me kill it. You know what I mean? Because I take everything serious, what I write anyway. So I don't look at it like, oh, it's just for this or that. So, but I had to feel it. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to go from the first one. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
know a lot of people look at it. So yeah, definitely, man. I don't take nothing for granted in this, man. You know what I mean? So I've been through a whole lot. I've seen a whole lot. So now it's like, all right. Don't get into that. If you're gonna do it, do you and have fun with that shit and leave it alone. You know what I mean?
did you have an idea of the other artists on it, or was it just kind of like
No,
it's gonna be a lot of heads? It's K Slay though, so he got the Rolodex.
right. He got that Rolodex, so everybody's going. No one's going to turn it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I had no clue, man. That was it. I don't. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if I know who it is, if I don't. I write the same way. So I'm gonna
yeah.
go at it like somebody is on it anyway. But nah, I
Yeah,
didn't have no clue. I had no clue. So
that's dope.
I
That's
just
dope.
pinned it
When
up.
when you heard it, you had to like wait to listen to when where was your verse and the whole
Oh
thing, and
God, yeah, I was like, God damn, I forgot there's 200 motherfuckers out here. First of all,
you had to listen to all their rhymes.
oh man, man, listen. What the best thing was, I didn't listen to everybody's mom. Hell no, hell no. I went back, I went back and listened to it.
Yeah,
But when they sent it to me, bless they hearts, but they had everybody's like,
like the
where you
clips.
start, like a minute 20, 10 minutes and 50. So I was like, woo, yes. So I went straight to it, and then I went back and relaxed and went through it like that. You know what I
That's
mean? So,
dope. That's dope. That's a good
don't,
story.
yeah, don't get me lying. I did not listen to that whole shit. at first. Then I
The
went.
you we talking about like how when you write, you try to have fun with it. All MCs write in different ways. It's always interesting to
Right.
figure out like how or to listen to how people put songs together. You know, take Terror Van Putin. You have an incredible relationship with Vinny Idol. What was it like working on the songs for this? Like, how do you find yourself putting songs together? What's your approach?
Um, well, honestly, with me and Vin, we usually we usually in the lab fresh. So everything gotta be fresh. So even sometimes when I'll be like, nah, give me that shit right there. You're like, nah, come on, man. Let's do it fresh, you know what I mean? Off the thing. So that's good because you go into it as an open mind. But we usually know the vibe we want. You know what I mean? I either want to go real deep or I want to go lyrical crazy or I want, but it's also me and him because it's the feel of the tracks. You know what I mean? And how I attack the track. So it's not just I'm like just rhyming and hopefully everyone can hear that. You know what I mean? So uh the last two, the Van Wick and this one, the Van Putin. I said, yeah, I want to go street. You know what I mean? Because I'm lyrical. You know what I'm saying? But now in these times, I don't. You gotta talk to them for them. Get dirty. Motherfuckers like that shit hard. Then you gotta get lyrical for our lyrical. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and then I make good songs. So I do all three. So I got a good thing of mixing them up now. Before I used to just,
Just hit him with the
but I
bars.
just bar it up. You know what I mean? Now it's different. So it's just the feel of it. You got to go with the feel of the track also now. So me and him usually rock, and we always for years we always come in the studio just practice. He making beats, and I'm trying to write before he finished that beat. And then he goes on to the next one, and I'm like, and we're not using them. It's just a practice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Practice is practice with pads on.
it's a practice. That's it. You're like, oh, that's crazy. Y'all using that? No. It's just like if he doing these beats in 5 minutes, I'm trying to actually get this whole song in five. So he's flipping off. You're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
I'm just to keep in practice of writing. So when we do, we usually have an album already ahead of time, just in case 'cause we're always rocking. So we go in and open minded. Some I take home. Mostly I write. Some of them I write right on the spot, depending on the vibe. So I've been writing so long, it's different ways to write. Sometimes I write to the beat. Sometimes I don't write to no beat. Sometimes I write in my head. Something because I've been doing it so long, just a certain way not to get bored with it.
Wow. So like for this album, for instance, when you're in the studio with him and then you guys are like, all right, you're like in album mode and you're recording, right? What's that like? I mean, is he there for that? Is it, is he always
Now,
present for this one?
no, we're in the lab together.
Wow.
Oh yeah, ain't no I'm sending it back shit.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. All our albums we're in the lab.
That's so dope. I mean, that's like you don't really hear that as much nowadays.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
project, y'all really did this together organically in the
yeah,
studio.
yeah. All nine of them.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in the crib. We're in the studio.
That's dope.
Yeah, only shit that happens like that if maybe somebody I'm doing a feature with, they're sitting there shit in. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But nah, me and Vin is in the lab.
That connection, that brotherhood that you have must be like you guys talk with probably you could communicate without talking. Like you understand, you've built the creative energy at this level so many
Right.
albums in. Y'all are
Yeah, that's
y'all
it.
are creating
That's
in
it.
at a way that yeah.
Certain look. It's a certain look. Like put it to the side. You know what I mean? But yeah. It's believe me, man. It's real comfortable, man.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
why I'm
good.
able to do this shit now at this time. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's it's no problem, man. It's no arguments with this shit. Only arguments me and Ben have I got with him, but like I be ready to go. Come on, man. And you be like, yo, hold up, man. Hold on, man. Let me refresh.
Yeah,
I'll be like, fuck that refreshy shit, man. You got shit right there. But that's it. Musical
yeah,
shit. That's it. That's it, man. That's it.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, man. The so you're mentioning that like you guys are always working. That means that there's a lot of work that hasn't been heard yet, and that's cooking and simmering right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right now, because each project I might leave one or two songs off. You know what I mean? Just because I know, like underground, like I got songs also, like good, dope, not no to the left songs, but
Yeah,
good raw songs. But I know
yeah,
certain DJs ain't gonna play that shit,
yeah,
so I hold it off until it's funny. We ain't gonna get into the political shit, but
yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's always songs you haven't heard. So that's why I always have singles ready to go. You know what I mean? Until the next project. So that's
That's
how we
dope.
usually do it. You know what I mean? That's how we usually do it with the singles. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get another album out and get me and Burns' album out so we can continue murdering them together and putting the visuals out at the same time and then be on go mode. That's all.
Yeah, the visuals have been coming in such like a like a regular um they've been coming out so regularly. I'm curious, did y'all connect with somebody? Is that like like did something happen where like you connected with, because you got Vinny, right? And he's got
Right,
you. So y'all could
right,
y'all could do, but that visual aspect, it happens sometimes where people have records, but it's hard. They don't got a go-to person. So they
right,
might do one visual, and they're not,
right.
the energy's not right. Did y'all connect with somebody? Because right now the visual work is on point.
Oh yeah. It's the same old crew. It's the same people I've been using the number nine albums. You know what I'm saying? My guy Big Veg, you know what I'm saying? We got AK-40 Devin, you know what I'm saying? And nigga Mo, you got Mo Stafford, you know what I mean? And my boy Remo, you know what I mean? Reamwork. So I had the same crew.
That's dope.
So everything been great. You know what I'm saying? It's no, because if it was any, I wouldn't be doing this. I can't do that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But yeah, the same crew, man. So now with me and Burn together, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So
that's dope.
that's the mission.
Yeah, yeah. The Van Putin, right? So we got the Van Wick, right? That was
Yeah,
dope. We had the guns aim
right.
like like the movie. Was there a reason, other than the fact that it sounds dope, right? Was what motivated Van Putin?
Um, Actually, I was supposed to use that title when Putin was on some bullshit, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
ain't the
There was
right
right,
time. I said, this ain't the right time. You know what I'm saying? So
but
I
it
held it.
sounded good. But it
It
sounded
sounded
real
good.
good. You had that right.
It sounded good, and I was like, I can't put this shit out right now. I don't even want to hear nothing. You know what I mean? You gotta take it political, but so I just held it until these last two that I wanted to go real dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Real like street. So I was like, all right, this is the time for Van Putin right here. You know what I mean? So I always wanted to use that one. So
yeah, yeah. Nah, it sounds really good. I wonder, like, what other ones you got in the cut. What other plays on? Because I know you got them. This.
yeah, I
It's either
got
a song, it's either a lyric, a song, or an album, or
yeah,
all the above.
yeah. You're gonna see in a minute. I got two more in the cut. I got two more in the cut. You know what I'm saying?
The
But
ad libs are crazy. They always terror.
yeah, I
Is
said
that
yeah,
you? Do
yeah,
you do that?
yeah. That's me.
That's dope. Because it doesn't.
That's
You
me.
do the voice, and
Oh
if
nah,
it's engineered, it doesn't
nah.
sound
I hit
like
him
you.
with the yeah. Nah,
Terror,
that's
yeah.
me, man. Nah,
That's
that's me,
dope.
man. I
That's
needed a
good.
little something, little pizzazz, little sprinkles on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh, you know, just putting it out there because I'm curious. Stu Bangas is hot right now, and he's
Right,
made a name for himself. You're working with him regularly.
right,
Um, uh, like I said, like just in my inbox, just just yesterday. I got, the joint with Bernadette. Have you thought about, working with him on any projects or anything like that?
Yeah, he actually sent me a lot of stuff already to wanna you know what I mean? So I mean, it's just getting the beats right.
Yeah,
All the beats is dope. It's not about the beats being dope. It's
yeah.
just what I want. You know what I'm saying? With my flow and shit to go. But I got something I'm doing right now. We're gonna put out a single in a minute, me and Stu. I'm about to finish it actually this weekend. So yeah,
That's
you'll
dope.
hear it. So that'll be to set it off, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
yeah, with Stu is dope, you know what I mean? And that came from Bernadette, you know what I'm saying?
that's dope.
With that. So
Yeah, yeah. What an incredible way that you both complement each other in your careers. But this is not to stir anything up, right? But you're from the Bronx. You're spending a lot of time in Brooklyn with
right,
some big Brooklyn cats, you know what I'm saying? Rusty Jux, Bernadette, super
right,
established artists. Is there a difference between like the Bronx and Brooklyn? I'm from DC and I just got
right.
back from LA. I'm not a New York cat, but the Bronx is the birthplace of hip hop. But in a lot of ways, Brooklyn's also almost synonymous with hip hop because of everybody that's come out of there and the impact that it's had. Is there a different energy, in one borough and another?
Yeah, it always been like that. Queens, different man, Harlem,
Yeah,
Bronx, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Bronx and Bronx and Brooklyn is similar. It's always been like, more like fuck you, fuck you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it always been like, like respect on that on that part, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's
Y-
definitely. But yeah, New York is different. We claim that shit from Brooklyn, from the Bronx.
Yeah.
That type of shit. It always been like that. But yeah, it's definitely good. But it's good energy out on BK. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah.
definitely been, on the music. It's good energy, man. It's hip hop. So
Yeah.
that's when it all forms. Everybody good.
Yeah. And
So
is there
I'm everywhere anyway, man. I'm
yeah,
everywhere.
all city. Is there like an area in the Bronx that's kind of like your area?
I'm from the Northeast Bronx. You know what I mean? I'm Murdoch Ave, I'm White Plains Road, I'm Valley, I'm Boston Road, you know what I'm saying? Co-op City, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm all up there, man. You know what I mean? So that's where we at. I'm from Murdoch, Eden Walk Projects, so, you know what I mean? We all right there, Gun Hill Projects. So,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
That's
That's where
dope.
the hometown was, you know what I mean? Everybody growing up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
And
the
you
legends.
mentioned the connection with, obviously Vinny Idol, but also Diamond D. Is there any other people that areas like the Bronx and how we were just talking about Brooklyn, there's so many legends that have come out of specific neighborhoods. Were there any other people that people would know that you came up around that it's kind of dope to add context as to your story?
Right. I mean, he's right here down the block, everybody from my way, Flex from my head, Slick Rick, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, Juggernauts, like everybody like nice and smooth, bro. All that shit is up. It's a whole from from the legends, from Kaz and all, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
we go back, you know what I mean? I'll just be running off the list and shit, you know what I mean?
yeah, like a literal who's who.
Yeah, definitely, definitely from the OGs all the way up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And from from your squad, from the people that you work with, that you collaborate with, or just people that you're down with, do you want to make sure that you mention them and that people know like this is my team, this is the same old crew? Who should people know about in connection with Terror
right,
Van Poo?
right. Definitely my man Lena Kane. My man Lena Kane, he's on all my projects. See the videos, you know what I mean? Watch out for him, you know what I mean? He be dropping the sample gay vibes and all that. So my guy Tons, you know what I mean? Same crew. My girl Kamari, she's down with us, you know what I mean? She was with the Fifth Element album we all put out. That was me, Bernadette, Kamari, Lena Kane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
So
was the one before this one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to my man Dex who produced on that. Yeah, but they got the same crew, man. You know, man. I know everybody, but right now this run, the same crew, man. You're gonna see Bernadette, you're gonna see me, you're gonna see Vinny, you know what I mean? You're gonna see Lena, Kamari, you know what I mean? My video people, Ring, you know what I mean? Devin, Veg, you know what I mean? It's the same crew, man. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's
DX
dope.
all day, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the squad right now. You guys are on an incredible run.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I want to make sure that people know, where to find you, where to find your merch, your albums, and all that stuff. What the best places are.
Um, just the Van Putin album is on Bandcamp solely right
Yeah,
now. But Terror Van Poo, Terror underscore VAN underscore POO. No Winnie the
yeah,
Pooh shit. No H. POO on everything, all platforms, Bandcamp, Facebook, IG, everything. So you can get it right there. Got plenty albums. YouTube, Terror Van Poo. So go tap in, man. 10
yeah.
albums
Go
out
catch
there,
the
man.
visuals. The visuals are
Go,
crazy.
go to catch the visuals, man. You know what I mean? Catch Bernadette on Ducktown. I got some on there. And Terror Van Poop. Subscribe to Terror Van Poop. You don't know. Get involved.
That's
Tap in.
dope.
Get up to speed.
Yeah. So on this album right now, it's exclusively on the Bandcamp. So if you want to hear Terror Van Putin, it's on your Bandcamp. It's an incredible album. Big album, 15 bangers. And we mentioned earlier, Tone Spliff, Ras Kass, Rusty Jux, Bernadette, right? Great God. I mean, Lena Kane. Incredible, incredible project. From as a person that's been in the game for a minute, with many albums out on streaming, what are your thoughts right now with you know strategy, digital strategy in regards to like releasing? So right now you went straight to Bandcamp. Are your thoughts to release it later, like on the other platforms, or are you kind of thinking like, all right, I'm kind of done with that. I'm gonna just keep it on Bandcamp from now on. If you want it, that's where I'm at. You can catch the music videos. Have you thought about that part of it? Because people are taking, the indie game, the underground hip hop game, different artists. You're your own business. You're your own
Right.
business, and everybody's got a different strategy. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, this album, yeah, I was fighting with that. You know, I'm
Yeah,
like, you know what? This album is just coming out on Bandcamp.
yeah,
On a what? You know what I mean? Like, if you rock with me, you rock with me. What I'll do is I'll promote it with the videos. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So I usually all my albums, if you know, I'm shooting at least 8 videos off each album, 8, 9. All my videos. That's why I got so many videos up on there.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting tired of that shit, man. Honestly, it's
They're
just
too
like yeah,
abusive. It's an
and
abuse at
yeah,
this point.
abuse, disrespect. It's like I know what they get is, I know what what they lure is like, all right, it could be distributed everywhere. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, soon as they got that shit, it's like they own it. You know what I mean? You paying to keep it up. Then if you post it on something else, you get flagged for your own stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it's a slap in the face, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
you giving it to them, and then you can't even make your own price. They're making your own price, and then everybody's brainwashed with it. So I gave them enough. I gave them enough, but I don't know what I was gonna do. I fight with it every day. Like I'll be ready to
Yeah.
put
It's
it up,
tough. I know
but
what you mean. Because you want people to have accessibility to it. It's
right,
nice to have everything in one place. But I
right.
think that you said the best way to say it is that they're just disrespectful with it.
It,
Right?
it's it's like you put all your money into something, and you just go see a stranger and you give it to him, and then he'll piece you off. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this is crazy. So yeah, man. I mean, this one I stuck to my gun so far. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But I said I'll promote it with the videos. You know what I mean? If you like it, you get it, man. That's all.
Yeah. Now, I think that that's a really good strategy. The video work has been incredible, and it's there, right? People can listen to the album. They can
Right.
go support. I'm curious how well Europe and London and England and those places that really love that grimy boom bap sound, right? When you look at like the metrics and stuff and the fans, how are other places outside of just New York, right? The birthplace, the Bronx, the birthplace, but how are places outside of New York, how they've been responding to this album?
Um, Great, bro. Seriously. I get a lot of love overseas, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? With this. So you know, that's and I'm different. I'm all about focus on new fans.
yeah,
I'm not stuck with that, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm about new fans, you know what I mean? All different ages. So, man, we get somebody younger like, yo, I like your shit, OG. Like you talking that talk. Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good, man. But I get a lot of love overseas and a lot of for the real, so it's been good, man. That's all I'm about. Content and getting new people to listen, and that's it. I'm not hung
Yeah,
up with the other stuff. Because we here already. Everyone knows we here. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
just about, good putting a good energy out, man. You know what I mean? And get some love back. That's it. But I've been getting great overseas, man.
that's dope. That's dope. Terror Van Poo, my bro, it's been an honor to build with you, man. The visuals, man, I love the visuals. The work has been so dope. The I find you're like a really original voice. You know, your approach, the mannerisms, the way you
Right,
move in
right,
videos, everything is
right.
like I'm like, this dude fly, you know what I'm saying?
No, I
And
appreciate you, man.
yeah, man, Van Putin's an incredible album. That's
Thank you.
that you guys put together something that's like a banger. Like when you look at the visuals, you're like, well, these are the singles. Nah, they're all singles, all 15 of them.
Right. Thank you, man. Thanks. Thank you very much, man. Seriously. I don't take
Absolutely.
that for granted.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a banger. You and Vinny Idol put together an incredible album. I'm really excited to hear, the new work with Bernadette Price, the new work you got coming with everybody that you're working with, right? I know
Right.
stock went up. Stock
Yeah,
went up,
yeah,
right? The DMs are
yeah.
probably sizzling with producers wanting to send you beat packs.
Oh yeah, all day. All day. All day.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
open. I'm
That's
open.
really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just stay tuned. Kissing the Ground for Sinners is still out. We still moving. We're going that album and we got the new we got some heat. We got some new heat and we got to drop a couple about three or four about four new singles real quick with the
The
visuals.
summer's not over yet.
It ain't over. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
we still working. We gonna work these albums so and hit you with singles on the side with the videos while we're still moving these albums. So you're
Yeah.
not gonna get bored with this movement.
Yeah, I think that strategy that you guys have is really strong, man. Really, really dope. Because it's such a visual world right now, and
Right.
it gives the music. This is the old MTV model, right? But it's social media now. It just gives the songs a whole other dynamic.
That's what I always been. I always tell people it gives you two chances because there's a lot of people who they sit home and watch YouTube a lot all day.
Yeah,
So they're not into let me go check the songs. And you have
yeah,
people who just listen to the song. So then you have another chance because if you may see the video and don't like the video, then hear the song like, yo, I like this song. Oh, that was it? Or
yeah,
vice versa. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it
yeah,
gives you a second chance. So that's why I'm big on that.
yeah, yeah. It's really dope. My bro, it's been an honor to build with you. Thank you for making the time, for sharing the stories, for taking us deep behind the scenes of the making of Terror Van Putin, your history, right? The
Right.
era before this era.
That's
You
right.
pulled back the curtain a little bit. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to building in the future.
Yo, thank you, man. I got you, man. Anything you need, I got you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, my
Seriously.
brother.
All
We'll keep
right.
building. Salute.
Yes, yeah. Salute.